Imagine this. It is week 6 of the semester. Your alarm goes off, and before your feet touch the floor, your mind is already racing. An assignment is due at midnight, a quiz is scheduled for later, someone you care about needs something from you. You tell yourself you will rest after this week is over, even though you've said that every week since you started class. I see this moment or these experiences happening with my students every semester. Students walk into my class looking present, but they're exhausted. They are doing everything they could do to lean into being successful in the class, but their bodies are signaling something more important: burnout. They're looking like they are struggling with balancing their academics with their well being. In today's talk, I'm going to have an honest and open discussion about what it looks like to balance your well being with real college life. So I'm not going to expect perfection or constant motivation, just simply balance, which allows you to learn and grow and still feel like yourself. So let's begin. As students, you're constantly navigating a world of deadlines, exams, internships, and academic pressures. So it's easy to get caught up in all of those things and forget to care for yourself. But what I know is important is that when you forget to take care of yourself and you allow the stresses of all of the things on your to do list to get the best of you, it can impact not only your grades and your experiences in your internship, but it can also begin to impact your overall well being. Neuroscience research has told us that chronic stress can have a lasting effect on our brain function. Scientists have actually found that when we're under a lot of stress and we're forgetting to take care of ourselves, it can impact three areas of our brains: the prefrontal cortex, amygdala, and the hippocampus. Excuse me, it's called the hippocampus. So let's think about this for a minute. Our prefrontal cortex handles our problem solving, social interactions, and our motor function. Our amygdala handles our emotions, and it also can turn on our stress hormones and increase our heart rate. The hippocampus is the core of our memory, and it helps us shut out our stress responses. So when we're under a lot of stress and it becomes chronic for us, it can impact your ability to thrive while you're in school because you need all of these parts of your brain to show up at your internships and in your classes. So I'm so happy that you're part of the HCOP program where we are not only encouraging you to be the best in your academics, but we're also prioritizing your overall wellness because we know that's a key to your success. So I know I keep talking about balancing wellness with academics, and I think you know what your academics is, and you probably know what your wellness is. But I just want to make sure we're all on the same page with what I am encouraging you to prioritize. So when I'm talking about wellness, it's this holistic concept that encompasses various dimensions of your health and your well-being. So it goes beyond the absence of your illness or being sick, but it involves having a proactive approach to balancing um, the other areas of your life, such as your mental health, your emotional well being, your social health, which we know ultimately leads to a higher quality of life. Now that we have defined wellness, and I've hopefully encouraged you to see why this is important, let's jump into some strategies for balancing your wellness and your academics. Something that has taken me personally in my own career a while to wrap my mind around is this quote here: you are allowed to take up more space in your own life. And what this means is that you're allowed to set boundaries with people. You're allowed to not answer someone's call right away. You are allowed not to fill up your schedule with so many things that you don't have time for you. You're also able to take up more space by looking at your own physical wellness. So, considering how you can fit in time for regular exercise and sufficient sleep. So, even when someone's trying to pull your schedule in a lot of different directions, you are allowed to prioritize you. That may mean that you need to have your planner set with some set aside time that gives you space to prioritize your physical wellness through the exercising and proper sleep, but also looking at your planners and making sure that you're setting up different mindfulness or wellness time for yourself throughout the day. And that might mean that you are promoting some sort of wellness, mindfulness practice in your life, maybe some deep breathing or some meditations that will support your mental and emotional wellness. So, scheduling in time for that. Social activities, you're allowed, and I know, we don't talk about this a lot, but you're allowed to take up more time for your social wellness. And what that means is that if there's a artist or an event that you're interested in, and you know that taking a little break from your studies to attend that event would just bring a smile to your face, then you're allowed to do that. Wayne State is surrounded by so many cultural spaces for you to visit, good restaurants, lots of activities happening on campus. So try to take advantage of those. Like stepping away sometimes can help you really come back to your studies and be more rejuvenated, maybe have more thoughts about the papers because you've opened up your mind to seeing other things that maybe relate back to what you're doing in your class. So take up more space in your own life. Look at how you can manage your time in such a way that you can fit in your physical, your mental and emotional wellness activities, your social activities, because they're all a part of you thriving, not only here at Wayne State, but in your overall life. So take up more space, enjoy life. Don't forget about your academics, but schedule time for you. Some other strategies I want you to consider is supporting getting back to your own life, or what I like to call opening up the blinds. So, letting in the new day, letting in new opportunities, letting in a space to start over. I say this because I know that, sometimes we can have very good intentions about prioritizing ourselves and then we get sidetracked. And I don't want you to beat yourself up for that. So if you find yourself like, oh man, my schedule's filled up with so many things, I feel myself getting stressed out, perhaps I'm forgetting things related to my academics, or I'm not performing as I should at my internship, then it's okay to take a moment and start anew. Don't beat yourself up if you have seasons where it's just a lot happening and you have maybe a little bit less time than what you hoped for prioritizing you. I just want to encourage you to not take it off your agenda completely. So it's okay to start anew, open up the blinds again, let in the new day, and figure out ways in which you can support and care for you as you are supporting and caring for others and doing the best you can with your academics. Again, look for ways to incorporate what helps you with stress reduction. So, whether it's mindfulness, being in the present, or doing something that is reducing stress throughout the day. I also want you to consider, if this really is a big struggle for you, is to take time to create a self-care plan. And that's something that you can work with uh, professionals on developing, so that you can know, what do you enjoy, what reduces stress for you, what do you want to learn that's new. And then also practicing gratitude is a part of this, taking up more space in your life, because sometimes when you're going through the routine each day, you can get discouraged and think, maybe, this isn't working. Am I showing up the way I need to show up? What have I done to contribute to my overall goals? So taking time to practice gratitude could mean jotting down a few things that you're grateful for throughout the day, that you've accomplished, or that you've said no to, or that you've done that maybe was new. So practicing gratitude gives you this sense of accomplishment, that you've done the things that you had set out to do. But it also, practicing gratitude gives you a space to be thankful for what is in your life that's going well. Who are the people in your life that bring you peace and are supporting you along the journey? Sometimes that moment of gratitude and thankfulness can just give you what you need to keep moving forward. Lastly, I know we're preparing you to be either generalist practitioners or uh, uh, professionals in either macro, meso, or macro practices, but it's okay if you need to talk to a licensed professional. So if you're realizing that, hey, I done tried to balance these two, they're not working, um, I'm having a lot of emotions or thoughts or behaviors that are not helpful to me, then it's okay to talk to a licensed professional. As you may know, Wayne State has free and confidential counseling services that are available to all students. So take advantage of those should you need it. There's no shame in asking for help, even when you're preparing to be the helper. So this is the end of your orientation for me. Just a reminder, everything and everyone has a story. These are actually pictures of my dahlias from my garden. Um, each were planted at the same time, but they all um, bring its own set of beauty. So I know you all have a story, and I know that your life has a lot of twists and turns. But when you prioritize you, when you show up in the way that is honoring to who you are, the sky is the limit. You can be the version of you that when you are headed to bed at night, you smile because you know your story and you know what it took to get you there, but you're pleased with your progress. So, again, don't forget about you. We're happy that you're part of our program, and please reach out should you need anything.